Okay, hello and welcome everybody. John Carroll University's session on biology, chemistry, and the PreHealth Professions. My name is Adam Parliament. I'm one of the assistant directors of enrollment at John Carroll, and really just kind of wanted to start off with some really cool information, just kind of some basics about John Carroll. So John Carroll this year was once again, we earned the #2 spot among best regional universities in the Midwest. And that was according to the 2021 US News World Report Best Colleges rankings. So pretty cool. And I really think for us, that's because we strive for kind of more than just what's required academically, personally, and socially. And we really work to empower you as students to achieve maybe what others see as improbable. And we recognize that lifelong exploration connects us to really endless discovery and different kinds of wonder and joy that you'll experience throughout your lives. And that's really so that you'll graduate unafraid to pursue the unknown, unafraid to pursue what might be perceived as, improbable or impossible for others. So we thank you all so much for joining today. We have a great session for you. We have current faculty, we have current students, and I'm going to let them take it over right now and have our faculty introduce ourselves.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Kathy Lee. I am the Director of PreHealth Professions at John Carroll University. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time on your Saturday. With us as well, I'm going to pull this up here. With us as well, we have Dr. Chris Scheel, who is the Director of the Biology Program. We also have Dr. Mike Nichols with us. So welcome so much to our virtual admitted student celebration. We have a tendency to put all three of these subjects together because a lot of our pre-health students are biology and chemistry majors. We also have three awesome students with us, and they will introduce themselves at the end of our presentation. Dr. Scheel, you want to take over from here? Can't hear you, Dr. Scheel.
You'd think after teaching so much, like online, I have this down, right? Anyway, welcome everybody. I was just looking through the list of students. I see a couple of you that I had personal visits with and Zoom meetings with, so welcome to all of you. A quick thing, so my name is Dr. Scheel. I am the chair of the Department of Biology. I am a zoologist, evolutionary biologist, and anatomist. So a lot of students who are thinking about the health professions route will take one or a couple of my classes. Do we want to do you want me to kick off the presentation, or do we want to introduce Mike as well?
Go ahead, Dr. Nichols, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Mike Nichols. I'm the chair of the chemistry department. So Chris, you can go ahead and start.
Thank you. So let's go to the next slide real quick. So it has our names on here. We'll also be putting our email addresses in the chat. So if you have some questions, feel free to send an email message to any of us and we can deal with them after it's done. Can you go to the next slide? Oh, I see a celebration slide.
I see programs of study.
Interesting. Does anybody else see? I mean, I can track along on another presentation here, but on my screen.
Hold on 1 second here.
Yep. There, yeah.
How about now? What do you see?
Now I see programs of study. Yep.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. So, many students who are coming in thinking health professions are thinking something in sort of the academic or research realm. They're thinking about a major in biology or chemistry. We have a summary here. We have about 75 graduates a year with one of the three majors in biology. So we have biology, cell molecular biology, and environmental science, and about 25 majors or so per year in chemistry. So about 100 students are graduating a year with one of those two majors. In chemistry, it's really exciting. We've got a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, and you can seek concentrations in a couple different areas like biochemistry or kind of the physical chemistry. And one thing to know is that over the course of the 4 years or 8 semesters, there absolutely is plenty of time with the solid academic plan to seek a minor or a concentration in some area. And some of these are listed here. It's fairly common for students to do things like a major in bio and a minor in chemistry, or a major in chemistry and a minor in bio, or any one of those, and to seek neuroscience as well. And we have advisors that specifically can help students to plan out those 4 years to know how to achieve all of your goals. Let's go to the next slide, please. Across the 2 departments, we have about 20 faculty that are involved in teaching all of the many classes you would take, but the faculty are also involved in academic advising. And I would say with certainty, this is true of our faculty, certainly in STEM and in all of the areas on campus. When we say that we're dedicated faculty, that means we are committed to teaching. We're passionate about teaching. We love interacting with students and getting them involved, not just in the classroom, but in things outside of the classroom. Our classes tend to be quite small. The largest intro level classes are going to be 30 to 40 students. And when you get to the upper division classes, certainly many of the lecture lab classes, they're quite small. I teach a 5-credit anatomy class that is capped at 16, but typically only has 12 students in it. And so you get the idea that there are many opportunities for these dedicated faculty to interact with all of you in your courses. Now, research is also another thing that we take really seriously, not just research, but research and mentorship. For those, it's like research is not a requirement outside of the classes, but for those of you who might be interested in doing some research, maybe you're interested in going the academic route, or maybe you just kind of want to experience what research is like, there are many, many opportunities available for that. Let's go to the next slide, please. In terms of the course paths that you will take, we have clearly defined 4-year academic plans, and know that the courses that you're going to be taking that are requirements for those majors are things that are going to set you up well with the skills that you need to succeed in professional schools after this. So things like genetics, organic chemistry, biochemistry, many hands-on things, and Dr. Nichols will talk about some of this stuff in just a moment, but many hands-on labs where you're going to learn how to actually practice the things that you learn in lecture. And then certainly we have many mission-inspired courses. The students can talk about some of these things in a bit, but some of these things are listed here. I guess we can, let me pass it like, Mike, do you want to take over?
Sure. So one of the things we talk about in STEM are co-curricular or co-curricular opportunities. And so we have between $1.5 and $2 million of instrumentation within STEM that you get hands-on experience with that is critical in chemistry anyway for graduate programs, for going out to work in industry. We have internships. We have a relationship with the Cleveland Clinic. We send anywhere from 10 to 12 students a year down to the Cleveland Clinic to do research with those researchers, and they get experience in one of the top 3 biomedical research facilities in the U.S. And they publish with those principal investigators, so they really get that opportunity. And another co-curricular activity is we have undergraduate teaching assistants in our chemistry lab. So if you think you understand general chemistry, can you explain it to one of your peers when you're being involved with being a TA? Also, you get teamwork skills and you get to work with a faculty member as well. So those are valuable skills. Next slide, Kathy. And can you study abroad as a STEM major? Absolutely. You just have to plan it out. There are many field courses in biology where they go different places, and you can see those listed there. There are immersion experiences. One of the most popular ones is the Honduras medical immersion, where they basically go down and interact with alumni doctors and nurses. And also they do some research in terms of water quality. So that's a another opportunity. There's immersion experiences all over the US and some international ones as well. And you can study abroad. Many chemistry students go to Galway and will do research there, or will do a semester abroad there. They can take chemistry courses there. So you can study abroad. It just requires planning out your schedule, which is just normal planning. Next slide, Kathy. So where do our graduates go in chemistry and biology? You can see listed here. Health professions programs, which Dr. Lee will talk about, graduate programs in different areas, as well as into employment. So both of these degrees are very versatile in terms of finding whatever your interest is, whatever your talents are, you can certainly use those. Next slide. So here are some of the biology destinations after graduation in terms of pre-health professions as well as graduate schools. And you can see there's a lot of very good schools there, so we prepare you very well for that. And next slide. And this is the most updated list for chemistry of where students go, the local industries that they go into, like Lubrizol, Energizer, Sherwin-Williams, Cleveland Clinic for research, and then graduate programs. And those graduate programs are very varied. So you can see some of those, that they're not all just chemistry and biochemistry. And then health professions, I think this is representative of where both chemistry and biology majors go. So again, the idea is that you have the flexibility so that at the end of 4 years, wherever you feel like you're being led to, you'll have that opportunity. Okay. So Dr. Lee.
So I want to talk a little bit about the pre-health professions program. Like many schools, we don't have a pre-med or a pre-health major. Most of our pre-health students that want to go into a healthcare program, will major in biology and chemistry. John Carroll graduates go to a lot of different healthcare programs. Medicine is a very popular one where students go and become MDs or DOs, of course, optometry, vet med, dental school. Those are all very popular programs with our students. A number of them also will go into allied healthcare programs, things like physician assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and so forth. We do have some early acceptance programs where students can secure seats in either medical school, dental school, pharmacy, or certified anesthesiologist assistant programs. If you want more information about any of those early acceptance programs, please reach out to me. My email is at the end of this presentation. In addition, we do have articulation agreements with 2 nursing schools in the area, both Ursuline College and Case Western Reserve University, so that students who want to transition into a nursing program can do so very easily. These are some of our graduates here who have gone on to do amazing things in the world of healthcare. One of the things that I hope that comes through in this presentation is that John Carroll really gives students very individualized advising, support, and guidance. And that's something that's really critical to somebody who wants to go on to a healthcare career. Navigating your undergraduate career to get to one of those competitive healthcare programs is essential. So one of the reasons why a lot of our students come to John Carroll is because they know they're going to get a rigorous science education. The biology, chemistry, physics departments are all excellent, and they're staffed with professors who really are invested in undergraduate education. So rigorous education. One of the things that a lot of my students that go on to medical school and dental school comment to me is that they were very, very well prepared for their professional healthcare program. We also will provide students with very well-rounded experiences in service. We have a whole office, it's called the Center for Service and Social Action, that will connect you with a variety of volunteer opportunities. You can be a part of JCU EMS. This is an emergency medical squad that is completely staffed by students. You can do hospital work, you can do research, you can do shadowing. So all of these things together is what's going to help you build a solid and competitive application to medical school or dental school or PA programs or wherever it is that you are interested in attending. Through a lot of this work, we really emphasize building cultural competency and the ability to work with people who are very different from you. Because as a healthcare professional, you have to be prepared to engage with people from different cultures and ethnicities and religions. We also have a Health Professions Advisory Committee. This is known as HPAC. This helps prepare you for those interviews to get into those healthcare profession programs. All medical schools, dental schools, PA programs, they all interview prospective students. And so you have to go into those interviews really ready to knock their socks off. And that's what we help you do. So from that process, you also get application feedback, you get feedback about your interview skills. And in addition, we will write a committee letter of recommendation that helps support your application to whatever professional schools you apply to. We do have 2 scholarships that are available for pre-health students. These are available to a rising junior or a rising senior, and this will really help offset the cost of your pre-undergrad education. So biology, chemistry, pre-health professions all welcome you. We help you accomplish your goals. I love this picture. This was taken a few years ago. This is a group of students that are at Ohio State University's dental school right now. And it really kind of shows the range of students that go into the dental program there. I could have equally varied pictures of students that go into a number of other healthcare programs. One of the great things as well that we've recently developed at John Carroll are living learning communities for STEM students. And so if you're interested in living with other STEM students, you can do that. And so this is a very immersive experience. You will be in a floor in a dorm where your students that are across the hall from you or down the hall from you are also STEM students. And it really forms a very nice, tight-knit community. You need help with an assignment, you need help with studying for something, and you can go to your neighbor, you can go down the hall and you can find somebody else that is going through the same class as you. So it's an excellent opportunity to sort of be immersed in STEM at John Carroll. Here is our contact information. If you have any questions at all about the biology department, chemistry department, or pre-health professions, jot down our name and our email address. I encourage you as well, if you haven't been able to visit campus, please come to campus. It's a beautiful campus, and you can really see what John Carroll has as far as their facilities and the instrumentation that Dr. Nichols talked about. And you can meet with other people on campus. I'd like the students now to introduce themselves, talk a little bit about your journey through John Carroll and where you're going after John Carroll. So I'm going to turn it over. I see Carolyn first on my screen. So Carolyn, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Caroline Maltese. I am a senior at John Carroll, cell molecular biology major. I have 2 minors, one in chemistry and one in philosophy. And how I sort of got to John Carroll, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so it's a pretty popular city for John Carroll students to come from. But I heard really great things about the Cleveland Clinic affiliations with John Carroll. And so that was one of my main draws to the school. And then after John Carroll, I am headed to Penn State Medical School for the next 4 years.
Ayub, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ayub Harb. I am a senior cell and molecular biology major from Parma, Ohio, which is around the Cleveland area. And similar to Caroline, the John Carroll University is in such a great location in the Cleveland area with such great medical facilities with Cleveland Clinic, Metro Health, university hospitals, and there's so much opportunity to do research along with those institutions. And after John Carroll, I am planning to go to Ohio University's Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine.
And Eric, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Eric Cohn. I'm a senior chemistry major at John Carroll, and I see a lot of similarity with my peers as to why I chose John Carroll. Being so close to Cleveland, and it's really a hub of medicine, and so that's what drew me to it. After I graduate this spring, I'll be starting a 2-year program in Case Western University School of Medicine for anesthesiologist assistant.
Great, thank you so much. Do we have any questions for the students or anything that we can answer at this point? Adam?
Yeah, I was just going to say thank you guys so much. That was amazing. We have incredible faculty and students, obviously. So we really want to kind of turn it over and make it your session now. You guys are here to find out about who we are, what we offer, what we're about, and you have faculty and you have current students. So feel free to ask any questions, any thoughts, anything that you're wondering about, how we do certain things, what makes us different, opportunities, anything you guys are curious about. You can ask out loud or you can type in the chat. If we kind of have a little bit of a delay with that, I'll start asking some questions of the current faculty and students. But like I said, feel free anytime to write any questions that you have in the chat or just do the raise the hand and ask them out loud. So if we maybe want to touch on with our current students, what drew you guys to John Carroll? What was the final decision maker? You're looking at a bunch of different schools. That's where everybody in this room is kind of at currently. What was that thing that put you over the top that said, yeah, John Carroll's the place for me?
I can go. To be honest, it was my options were like really like between John Carroll and another institution similar to it. It was Baldwin Wallace, but what drew me here was Celebration itself. When I came to this event for when I was a senior in high school, God, that feels like such a long time ago. When I came to this event, I realized the one distinct advantage that John Carroll has over any other place that I've visited was the community aspect with the other students and the faculty and the staff on campus. We just want to see each other succeed, and it didn't feel like a competitive environment at all. We just want each other to do well, and I knew that was like something special that I wanted to be a part of, and so that's ultimately why I chose John Carroll right away.
Yeah, and I saw a question in the chat about, and Ayub, that's sort of a similar story to what I have. So I'm going to go to this question asking about different research opportunities. So, and feel free anybody to add to this, but I know as an undergrad student, many of the professors are willing to take you on, whether that be freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, to do research in their lab, their personal lab. So they'll coordinate with you to do whatever, to be a part of whatever project that they're working on currently. But then you can also do different research with, like we said, the Cleveland Clinic or other outside institutions. I know I did research back in Pittsburgh with UPMC at one of their facilities, and that's just one example. I'm sure other students also do different kinds of research as well, but there's really a lot of opportunities. Lots of students have done lots of things. So talking to Dr. Nichols or Dr. Lee really helps to see what other students have done and how you can sort of get in there as well.
Yeah, I'll jump in. There are many research opportunities. You just got to get started having a conversation with the faculty member, and that's easy to do from your classes. Faculty love nothing more than to do research, and we'd love to do it with students. And we get super excited when a student approaches us and says, hey, we're interested in what you're doing. Can I get involved in some way? We also do have internships in-house, summer fellowships, and we have great connections with places like the Cleveland Clinic. So many exciting research opportunities. If you have specific questions about research projects in specific areas, certainly if it's biology, cell molecular biology, or environmental science, send me an email and let me know and I'll address it.
And I would just add that within chemistry, we also have relationships with some of the local industries. So we have students doing internships at Lubrizol, Sherwin-Williams, Tremco, which is a roofing company in Beechwood. So we have relationships. We have alumni that are in those companies. And so you have that opportunity to do internships in chemistry as well during the summertime and also during the academic year.
Carolyn, I see a question was specifically asked of you of how did you decide on a double minor and how difficult was it to achieve that?
Yes, absolutely. So really was not difficult at all. My situation was a little bit different where I had a lot of credits from high school coming in. So I took a lot of like college and high school classes that were able to transfer over to John Carroll. So when I, was doing my 4-year plan and it was approaching senior year, I found that I had like just a lot of room in my schedule to do something different, to do something unrelated to my major. So the chemistry minor was sort of a no-brainer add. It's only a couple extra classes, really easy to fit in there. And then the philosophy one was only about 4 extra credits. It really fit, or 4 extra classes, I'm sorry. And it fit in really nicely with my senior year schedule because I had some of that room that was freed up from those college and high school credits.
I'll also add to that. I also have a double minor in chemistry and in leadership development. And unlike Caroline, I didn't come in with as many classes and credits to John Carroll, and it was still possible to do it. Really, I think it's just planning ahead and making sure that you're on the same page with your advisor. And if you can do that, then you'll make a 4-year plan eventually for how your classes will be set up through your time at John Carroll, and so everything will be laid out for you, and so you won't really be stressed out too much about it.
We just got 2 questions in the chat. One was, can you change your major during the semester? So I guess maybe you discover something else that you're passionate about. How difficult is it to switch over from one program to another? If anybody wants to touch on that, whether faculty or current students.
Yeah, so we're actually changing our policy on this. So students will come in. We're going to have a direct admit system in place where you come in intending to be a specific major, but just know it's actually very common for students to change their minds on what they want to do, because you'll take classes and you'll be like, I thought this is what I wanted to do, but it's not really, my thing. You might take another class and be like, holy moly, where has this been my whole life? This is what I actually want to do. And so the system for changing your major will be, pretty easy. You just fill out an online form. You'll meet with your academic advisor and talk about it. And then we make sure that there's kind of like a handoff in terms of, that advising piece, so that that you're getting the correct information about what courses you need to take. Now, if you make that change in the middle of a semester, odds are good you're probably going to have to finish out some of those classes unless you choose to actually drop some of those classes. But it should be relatively easy. And you'll see that there are many, one-sheet 4-year plans that are out there that literally help students to understand. You just think of it like a checklist. You go through and figure out like what you need to take and what you've actually taken. So it's actually fairly easy and very common.
We have just a few minutes left, so I wanted to touch on just quickly a couple of the other. One of the most popular things I hear in my office is the Honduras medical immersion trip. So does somebody want to quickly touch on just kind of the knowledge experience and why that's such a popular thing here at John Carroll?
I mean, I'd be happy to do it unless you got something.
Yeah, did any of the 3 students participate in the medical immersion trip to Honduras?
I've done other immersions, but not the Honduras one.
So let me explain the Honduras one real quick, and then Caroline,
ahead,
maybe you can explain those.
Yep.
So with the Honduras trip, it's literally a student-driven thing. We have a number of faculty and a number of other alum who are involved in helping to organize this. But basically, think of it as a mobile pharmacy that gets put together to go to a rural community in Honduras to deliver frontline health care to that community. And there's an orphanage that they work with. We actually have a very strong connection with this community. We've even had some of the students from that community come here. We have a couple students right now, a couple sisters who are here. One is in business, and geez, I can't remember what the other one is. But anyway, really exciting. And what's great is it's student driven, and the students really get to practice what they do in the class. And there are connected research opportunities with that are sort of these follow-up projects that students work with. Yep. And it usually happens right after classes in May.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I have to say
Thank
that
you.
students love the medical immersion trip. They describe it as life-changing. You work with a lot of patients in a very short amount of time. You usually go with a group of students, faculty members, physicians, nurses, It's a big operation that happens every summer in May, but students love it. Carolyn, you want to talk a little bit about other immersion trips that you've been on?
Yeah, if there's time, Adam, did you want Eric to answer a question as well?
I was just going to say we have to wrap this up in about a minute. So if somebody just kind of wants to take that and run with it.
Yeah, sure. I can say about the immersion program, it helps you work with lots of different people that you haven't maybe had experience with before. So I know that I went to Ecuador, Guayaquil, Ecuador, as well as Spencer, West Virginia on 2 immersion trips. My eyes were really open to lots of different kinds of people. I got to hear some amazing stories. So I really valued those trips as well. And then Eric, I was going to just pass it to you. There was one question in the chat for you.
Yeah, sure. Somebody asked me why I chose AA, and if it had anything to do with chemistry at JCU, and it absolutely did. So through studying chemistry, obviously anesthesia and chemistry, I just have a, obvious connection there. So I really enjoyed that. And in terms of like other aspects of AA that drew me to the field, or the amazing work-life balance that AA has. Here, I don't want to go too far over, but if you have any questions about anesthesiologist assistants, what they do, or chemistry, please send me an email. I'll put my email in the chat.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much. Our contact information for our faculty are in here. The students are putting in their email addresses so you can reach out to them directly. Utilize the resources that you guys have. Our faculty are here. They're amazing. They're giving their time. Our students are here. This is what we do here at John Carroll. We connect with you guys. We answer your questions. We give you the big picture idea. So thank you all so much for joining. We really appreciate this. We're going to have all the contact information from you guys for joining this. So we'll be sending out a follow-up after this. And if you want to connect with us, reach out to us, let us know. We're happy to help however we can. If you want to do more of like an individualized, personalized visit and talk with a current faculty or staff, maybe through a Zoom one-on-one, let us know. We can set that up. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to let you go now. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, we just thank you for coming in. Good luck with everything in your college search process. So thank you and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Reach out if you have any questions at all. Thank you.